And now they're talking about abandonment of the also cause and condition of like more that source of the suffering, free from the source of suffering. So then Bhagavan Rinpoche used that. Okay, then I think this I need to maybe read a little bit this. Bhagavan Rinpoche says, beyond the source and causes. So here he is abandoned of the source and causes of the four faiths, the four different words. It will coming on one after another. The root text. In general, he says the Buddha taught many different names of the affliction. They say not complete, not and complete torment, river, then what? Emeasure, right? Or resistance, and so on.
Emeasure means that you get kind of like caught up in it like a net.
And put together, or you in it, okay? And not means like not, emission, river, and then what is this? Resistance, etc. It's Tibetan here. It's like Yoruba is more join. Is there any kind of join? Resistance is join.
More like not, but.
Not is different. Not is. Anyway, then they call tawa. If tawa is, I think, what is this? Sorry, this last one is what? Resistance is what?
It means something that kind of like say a weight that you try to lift it, and then it's resisting against your pushes. It's something that causes you struggle.
Okay. Anyway, those are the name of the negative emotions. Okay. Because this negative emotion are strongly bondage for us, they call maybe not. And negative emotion brings us suffering, and so therefore I think here is Yongdong. It's like give this maybe complete torment, complete torment. And then river means the river brings to down, like continuously, it's worse and worse, or lower and lower, normally they move. So negative emotion will be like that. And then Tibetan word called Yoruba. So Yoruba is also a little bit like, I think, negative emotions us to the join into samsara.
It could be like measure.
Okay, measure. And then it's called tawa. It's like, I think it's also ashis or something here, words tawa. But anyway, there's few different names. And then in here, in the root text, they are talking about cutting knots and etc. So that's why one would use a little bit those words. The Tongbo is so the first one, this knot and tormentance are more like actions, and this other two is more like essence. This Chubo river and this other are more essence of the negative emotion. So that aspect. So, however, so generally he says all negative emotion can use word as not. And then and here the mainly this not is this clinging. I think sekpa is more desire or clinging. This in this book. This is the main cause of samsara is negative emotion. They call sekpa. So different Buddhist books, they use different terminology. The main cause of the negative emotion. Some teaching says the main cause of the being in samsara is anger. Some book says desire. Some says sekpa here. It's like sekpa means clinging. So it depends on what really you practice, but generally all these are the same things. All 5 wisdoms are one wisdom. Likewise, all 5 negative emotions are actually one, but depends of the actions, depends of the what you're practicing. If someone showing more bodhicitta is very important, then maybe they mentioned the really source be samsara is anger. So actually it is an anger, negative desire, all these things we cannot separate. Just different aspects, they are talking different things. Anyway, so therefore in these books, the sekpa is the main things, okay? Because they mentioned also sekpa litolva. Here the shades kamsung kawan chiwen she hele ken dawa tambo don dawa te da me be hira dira di checks. So the word here said cut knots, the first. So cut knots means that generally negative emotion, the action is like you are really bondage, in the samsara. So in this need to cut by the wisdom of the selflessness as like knife, and they cut the knot of the these clingings, negative emotions, etc. So therefore here says dava tambo chepa tina, and when you are cut of that knot, and then the possibilities of the you are liberated from the clingings of the negative emotions. And you also don't the doing how I shape in him, but Tawa do Mariba so ome the Chevi Huji. And then as long here they says that cut the knot, and then what else? Cut the knot and then liberate from the craving, and then other things. Complete liberate from the torment, and he cross over the rivers. So these are the Mohan Bhajan, they mentioned about a little bit up there. So first two are action, and second two is more like actual essence. Sepale towa chiwole gavas dengonyem batawa tamarang shujita chiwata pons sepale number 12. So liberated from the clinging, and then so when you are liberated from that, then we could, here says, abandon of the like negative emotion of the river. So river has like power to bring into down to down. So likewise, negative emotions, powers, bring in the lower and the lower realms. They have such kind of power. So when you are liberated from the desire, then that river will be also kind of less power, right? Abandon of that river. So number 12. So that's why they call the cross of the, I think, cross of the rivers. Cutting knot and liberate from crossing, complete liberate from all the tormentors. That is the third one. Therefore, he has crossed over the rivers. So these four different of the negative emotions. And this is the how we could say that the Buddha himself totally abandoned of the both cause and result of the negative emotions. Cause and of the samsara and results